I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Here.
Housechild,
Here.
Peterson,
Here.
Mayor Boucher.
Here. Announcements. This is the time that council members can announce any item they'd like or discuss. Is there anything anyone would like to say?
Nope.
Not at this time.
Nope.
Not at this time. Well, I'm going to break tradition and have something. And tonight is our city clerk, Bonnie's last evening with us. And I just want her to know how much we appreciate everything she's done for us for over the years. You've given your life to us. We appreciate it. You're moving on to something else. We want to appreciate that and wish you the best in that endeavor.
Thank you.
We will miss you sorely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bonnie. Communications, Mr. Mulder.
The ones that were included in your packet were all related to the objection hearing that we held earlier this afternoon.
Thank you. We have no presentations. In the matter of public discussion, we have two opportunities this evening for public discussion. One is the one that is next for general public discussion about any item not on the agenda. And later on, when we have individual motions or ordinances or resolutions, we will have a time of discussion for any item that we will be voting on to pass. Is there anyone present, either in chambers or online, that has any discussion for the city council, any input you'd like to give? Any public discussion, either online or in chambers? Hearing none, we will move on to resolutions. Resolution 2021-132, resolution authorizing the disposal of surplus property. Do we have a motion?
I'll move, but we forgot the consent agenda.
Oh, sorry. Let's back up. Consent agenda. Do we have a motion for the consent agenda?
All right, I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Peterson. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Now resolutions 2021-132, resolution authorizing the disposal of surplus city property.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Peterson. Mr. Mulder.
So the first one here is a squad car that we've actually traded in. We're just removing it from our inventory.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Hearing none, is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public input on resolution 2021-132? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-133, resolution authorizing the disposal of surplus city property. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder.
This is a pickup truck of the Public Works Department that dates back to 2000. We replaced it at the end of 2020 with a new vehicle.
Thank you. And it will be auctioned off for the public's information on due bid.
That's correct.
Any questions or comments from council? Is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address. Any public input on resolution 2021-133? Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-134, resolution to establish a no parking zone along certain roads in the city of Hermantown. Do we have a motion?
Motion,
All motion to approve.
second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Peterson. Mr. Mulder.
So this would establish no parking on Richard Avenue, Lindgren Road, and Evie Avenue Drive. And this is because of the local road improvement grant that we're getting to upgrade and repair those roads.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council?
I just wondering about the posting. This would be next year after those, the road, the construction work.
The resolution will go into effect immediately, but we won't post anything until next year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public input on resolution 2021-134? Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-135, resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver a cooperative agreement between St. Louis County and the city of Hermantown for 2022 maintenance striping CP 0000-369670. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder.
So this is just an agreement for us to get services for striping the roads for next year.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? I think this agreement has worked well in the past and it's good to continue. It benefits us. Is there any public input on resolution 2021-135? If there's any public input on this resolution, please state your name and address for the record. Roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-136, resolution approving final compensating change order and final pay request for Keene Creek Park Trail to Veet and Company Incorporated in the amount of $67,229.40.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder.
So this is the final payment for that section of trail from the Morris Thomas south to the parking lot in King Creek. Council, we are not doing a ribbon cutting on this, but this is a project that you can be very proud of. I think it's a nice section of the trail and it'll be in the park and it'll be parked for as long as we know. So this is a very nice accomplishment. And I think it's something you can be proud of.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council?
I guess I was just wondering, I was going to ask Paul, but I forgot. Like the other portions of the trail and the Boulder Trail, will this be plowed in the winter?
That's the plan.
Sounds good. Thank you.
John,
Anything
do
else?
we know about a name for this one, or that will be part of the process?
Well, we've talked about this being part of North King Creek Trail.
Yeah, okay.
And the idea there is that from this trail, then up to Hermantown Road, that's all going to be part of North King Creek Trail once we get that established.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, just, we were down there for a park tour a couple weeks ago. Definitely a nice addition to that park and just good to see. There was definitely a lot of activity that day, both towards the trail, but also along the creek where the restoration was done, which is absolutely beautiful as well. But I just think overall for that area, for that park, the additional activity is such a positive. It's such an asset for our community, and I'm excited to see the additional traction that this will get and the transformation that we're going to start seeing a little bit more in that Keene Creek area. So.
Thank you. Anything else from council? Is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public input on resolution 2021-136? Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Hochschild,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-137, resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver utility service agreement with A-Line Properties LLC. Do we have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder, should we have Mr. Johnson address this?
Sure.
Eric?
Great, thank you very much. This is a project that had been approved by the city council earlier this year. The construction of 3 twin homes under the pending development. The 2 twin homes at front on Hermantown Road draw services for water and sanitary sewer. Connection from Hermantown Road, and that's what is on this year at this time. Before us this evening is a utility extension agreement, providing service for that last home that's going to be constructed along Lake Road. This is the extension of water and sanitary sewer mains, starting with that intersection of the Lake of Hermantown and running the link to the property up to the Living Barns. That will eventually be turned over to the city for our ownership and maintenance of that.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council? Hearing none, do we have any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public input on resolution 2021-137? Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-138, resolution creating a grant program for current utility customers in 2022. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder.
So last year, we had a number of complaints from residents about having to pay sewer charges when they were using city water for their lawns and gardens. We have had the ability to have irrigation meters or second meters in people's homes for irrigation purposes in the past. But sometimes it can be a little bit cost prohibitive. The meters cost between $300 and $500. So what we thought is like, why don't we try something on a trial basis and limit that to 5 people. And so the first 5 people that notify us that are interested and are willing to and have those meters installed by a licensed plumber, we'll give those meters away to them for that purpose. And we'll try it out in 2022 and we'll see what kind of response we get. If we are overwhelmed, we'll come back here to let you know and we'll talk more about it. And we'll then consider whether or not we want to do it in 2023.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council?
Just how will you be publicly announcing that?
We'll put it on Facebook and we'll also be putting something in the water bills. We probably won't start this until right after the first of the year.
Thank you. Anything else from council?
I'll be excited to see how the response is.
I will too. And I think it's a great way to answer some of the problems we had a year ago. Is there any public input on this matter? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public input on the water meter grant program resolution? Roll call, please.
Counselor Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And next we have a motion to recess. Any motion? from
Motion
council?
to recess?
Second.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you all. Have a great evening.